Now we dive charge Captain Andy. This is the guy you want to come see if you want to go out to the Ariskany, or if you want to go on a lionfish hunt in your Pensacola area. This is the boat to be on. 6-pack boat. It's not a cattle boat. Old Chris up there piloting it today. And then we got Megan, our DM for today. She's gonna tie us into the Ariskany and do all the fun, hard stuff while we get to go out and play. The Gulf water was calm coming out this morning. We made it 22 miles out, pretty fast. With just enough time for Megan to do her dive briefing.
We're gonna go down to the fry area. It's called, there is a bell inside of there, the quick bell.
Dive.
Now Chris and I, we're about to do our first trimix dive since our certification. I had heard about a sand tiger shark that often hung around the Ariskany, down by the propellers. So I was excited that our plan today was to drop down to the propellers again, hoping to get a chance to see my first sand tiger shark. There's always a mix of nerves and excitement before a dive like this. This one felt a little bit more significant. Venturing into deeper water with a different gas mix, this time 1845 to be exact. I don't remember ever being narked until my last dive to the propellers. During our training, during the dive I felt fine, but shortly after the dive, everything started to become foggy. I couldn't remember key details that normally on a dive I would always remember. So this time, we have 18% oxygen, 45% helium, with my equivalent air depth of 75 feet, leading to a much less air density. And the easier it is to release carbon dioxide, the less chance of feeling that martini effect. So we started our descent. The sunlight faded steadily as we went deeper. The trimix felt good, a clean breath without that fuzzy feeling. It's quite a sight, the Ariskany. It's never going to get old or boring. So much history resting on the bottom. Now we're heading towards the stern, hoping our information about the shark is accurate. Our plan was to descend down to the tower, following the current down the flight deck, and drop down to the port side, down to the props. The current was gentle, just enough to give us a little push. We made it across the deck faster than we anticipated and dropped down, just as we had planned. We made our way down to the side of the wreck, the light kept dimming, and the details of the Ariskany became more defined in the beam of our dive lights. After we descended our last 50 feet, we finally arrived at the giant propellers. Covered in growth and resting on the sandy bottom at 212 feet, these things are massive. We look around, shining our lights into the darker areas. There was stillness, a sense of waiting. Is our shark here? Just then, a shape emerged. There she was, appearing from behind the darkness. She was impressive, maybe 8 feet long, those characteristic teeth visible even with her mouth shut. You hear about their teeth, but seeing her move, she had a real sense of presence. Definitely wasn't afraid of us in her house. And I remember reading as a kid that they have a fascinating way of developing their pups. And in my kind of battle, with the strongest embryos, well, let's just say that they ensure their own survival. We watched her for a few minutes, just observing her movements. I took a lot of video, and so did Chris, trying to capture the moment. And luckily, she was sticking around for it. They look quite intimidating with those teeth, but they generally are not aggressive unless they feel threatened. Now I think it's pretty incredible that Chris has a camera now. I think having his footage as well as my footage just adds a little bit more to the story. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below if you enjoy seeing the two different perspectives on these dives. I kinda like it. Now the next phase of our dive plan was to move from stern to the bow on the starboard side, where we would eventually run into the treasure box, an area directly below the tie-in spot for all the dive boats. And every so often, items fall off of those dive boats, and being that there's not a whole lot of technical divers that are willing to go down to 212 feet to retrieve those items, well, they become a target of opportunity for the divers that are down on the sand. Finders keepers. Well, about those technical divers, I guess there's probably a little bit more than I thought, because the only thing I found was a broken pole spear. Ironically enough, it was on the sand right next to a giant lionfish. And our dive plan was right on the money because we just hit our turn pressure. Keeping to our plan for a safe decompression, we'll slowly start making our way up to our first planned gas switch at 110 feet. Going up always feels quicker than going down, but we took our time, mindful of our decompression obligations that we're about to incur. Luckily, we have a lot of the tower to explore that is full of life. A lot of coral, a lot of soft sponges. And while we're slowly ascending around the tower, it's also decreasing some of our deco obligation. Another really key benefit of having Chris record is the fact that I can see what I look like when I'm diving. And I can see some things that I need to fix and kind of trim up, like that deco bottle that's on my right hand side that looks like it's kind of just floating in space. Because apparently I have too much 550 cord. So I'm going to tighten that up, so next time maybe my trim's just a little bit better. And throughout the video I noticed that I was constantly with my head up. It's not something that you can really feel, not yet anyways, not for me, while I'm in the water. I feel like I'm in trim. But seeing the video, I have some work to do. If you guys have dive buddies with you, hopefully you do, I recommend you guys get cameras and record each other. Then go over that footage. Even if you're not making a video for YouTube, use it for training. Then you both can look at yourselves and see what you need to improve. I know that next time I go to Vortex, and next time I dive at all, I'm going to be working on it. And hopefully, the next time I'm out with Chris and he's recording me, I can see that I've improved myself a little bit. "110 feet, time for our first gas switch." Now the fun part begins. Grab the line and hold on, ensuring that we complete all of our deco obligation for each planned stop. And it becomes a waiting game. We're just going to sit here and decompress. It's a perfect time to work on a couple skills though. One thing's for certain, this will be a very memorable first trimix dive. And a good story to tell. It's kind of funny seeing the advanced divers coming down for their second dive while we still have another 15 minutes at 20 feet. But that just gives us more time to reflect on our dive and the fact that we got to see the sand tiger shark. As I finish out my deco obligation, I just want to say thanks for watching, thanks for supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next dive. All right, we are back from our tech dive down to the sand again on the Ariskany. This time back to the props and then over to the treasure box. And did you guys see that sand tiger shark? Man, that was insane. We don't normally get to see sand tigers around here. And as a matter of fact, that was my first sand tiger shark that I ever saw. So again, now we dive charters never fails to show some pretty cool stuff on these wrecks. And that was it. So like I said before, if you guys are in the Pensacola area and you want to go check out the Ariskany or any of these other cool wrecks that are out here on the shipwreck trail, this is your guy right here, Captain Andy. And that's his boat. Look at that thing. Double 300s. Man, we got out to the Ariskany.
Appreciate
like
it, Robert. You're a great guy to have on the boat, man.
I appreciate it.
Come back again.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Heck yeah.
See you soon.
All right, well, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get on the road because I'm tired now and I need to go home and take a nap and get all my gear cleaned up. But that's that. So that's a wrap. And I will see you guys on the next one, of course. And don't forget, hit the like, hit the subscribe. See ya.